It is football happy hour on CBS Sports HQ. Chris Hassel joined in studio by Pete Prisco. We also have Brady, Quinn, and Ryan Wilson. There was only one way to get Pete Prisco in this studio before the start of next season, and that was to have him do a mock. So this is the Pete Prisco mock show. The first of how many? How many mocks you doing?
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
And then I'll do one where what they should do instead of what they will do.
Okay.
Which is.
And this mock right here is what you think they'll do.
Of course.
Correct?
That's usually what a mock is usually what you think they will do.
Not always.
No,
not always.
Well, I always do one that's what they should do, and usually that's one's a lot better than the one that they do. Actually.
I hope that's not a shot at Ryan Wilson, who does a mock.
No, he does 450. I took a shot at him in my lead-in. I said, Ryan Wilson. This is my first. Ryan Wilson's done 450 already.
We did a poll in the newsroom. We want a new way to drive traffic to the site called 2-a-days with Ryan Wilson. 2 mocks a day.
I like it.
Instead of 1 mock a week, it's 2 a day from Ryan Wilson. Let's jump right into it, guys. Number 1 overall pick, Jacksonville Jaguars. They took care of the offensive line. Cam Robinson, Sheriff. So you're saying they're going to the edge in Aiden Hutchinson?
They have to. And they're changing the way they play defense. They have one edge rusher in Josh Allen. Kayvon Chason hasn't proven to be worth being an edge rusher, so they have to get another one. And in this scenario, you have to take Aiden Hutchinson. I still think Evan Neal could be in play if you decide you want to go all in on the offensive line and maybe make him a right tackle or play him at guard for a year. But remember, they also had Walker Little, who they drafted last year. So I think this is a scenario where you get another pass rusher. You get Aiden Hutchinson. He's a really dynamic edge rusher. I wonder what his ceiling is, but I think in this scenario, you have to take him.
I'm with you, Pete. He feels like the safest pick to me for Jacksonville in this particular spot. You guys just talked about, obviously, the investments that they've made so far on offense. They got to start investing on that defense. And this is a pick where Pete just mentioned maybe the concern about what is his ceiling. Well, I know he's going to come in right away and be a contributor and be a full-time starter. I don't know if that means he'll be a perennial Pro Bowl caliber player, but we do know he'll be a contributor starter right away and have an impact. I do wonder this, and only because it's topical right now, and so maybe I'll toss this ball to Ryan and see how he feels about it. But you look at the Lions sitting there at 2. Do they feel like they need to move up to the number 1 position if they like Malik Willis, if they like Kenny Pickett, or even the Carolina Panthers, for example, who are sitting back there? Do they want to move up to take maybe one of these quarterbacks in the draft that they like enough to be their guy for the future? I think that's my only question as of right now, given what we've already seen the Jacksonville Jaguars do in free agency and now what we anticipate them doing in the draft on defense.
I think Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes probably feel much safer about where they're sitting at number 2 in terms of whether they should move up, whereas Matt Rule probably feels David Tepper breathing down his neck. He may actually be having those conversations about whether the Panthers should move up, because the Panthers have had 0 success finding the quarterback over the last week of free agency, and now they're pretty much left with the draft. But I'm with Pete and I'm with Brady. I like the Aiden Hutchinson pick here. I will push back, Pete, because I was tasked with actually asking Aiden Hutchinson if he thinks he's reached his ceiling yet. I didn't agree with that, but I was sitting next to him in Indy, so I asked him. He got pretty upset about it, and I made sure to point out that you brought it up first. But I think as he noted, he's 21 years old. He's only going to get better. Now, is he going to end up being a Bosa brother? I don't know, but I think he has a chance to be really successful early on. And as a couple of scouts have told me, he's the safest pick in this draft class. If you feel like you want to take someone where you don't have to worry about the off-the-field stuff or being distracted by TikTok or whatever, he's going to come in right away, contribute, and be an important part of that defense.
You better be nice to me. I'm the mayor of Jacksonville. He better not forget that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want to get good with Jacksonville, you better get good with Mayor Pete over here. Let's go.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.